Back home in Jamaica, we would say, "And what kind of fenke clap that?" All right, thank you. Dr. Anthony Sterling, dentist, is the founder of Sterling Dental. He graduated from Ohio State University's College of Dentistry in 1992 and established his first practice in the Greater Toronto area. He has been practicing for the past 19 years and presently operates two very successful dental practices in Brampton, Ontario. Dr. Sterling is passionate about dentistry. For him, dentistry is not just a profession, it is his calling. As such, Dr. Sterling is a consummate perfectionist about the quality of his work. His unofficial motto could be said to be, "Always try to do better than your best." Dr. Sterling believes that as each individual grows and prospers, so should their community. This may help to explain why Dr. Sterling dedicates so much of his time and energy to community service and development. Dr. Sterling has been a strong supporter of the United Achievers Club of Brampton. Not only does he attend various UA events, he also participates in the annual golf tournament and provides an annual sponsorship for their Scholarship Awards program. However, whether it be performing dentistry or providing other forms of service to the community, Dr. Sterling performs his duty with quiet, unassuming humility. We are very grateful that Dr. Sterling's efforts will be recognized on October 22nd. His efforts were recognized on October 22nd, 2011, when he was presented with the Nelson Mandela Humanitarian Award by Black Planet Africa Group. Can you put your hands together for me as we welcome Dr. Sterling?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, that's better. This may be as good as you could hear me this evening. I've been suffering from a cold and a flu, so I have my water here with me. And I apologize for any coughs or interruptions that you may hear during this presentation, but I'm going to try my best anyway. Anyway, before I get started, I just wanted to say, I was only here for a short time, but I've heard some beautiful singing and some great songstress. And Nadine Williams' work is always inspirational to hear her and all of her poetic beauty. And I'm really happy to be here again this evening. Using your past to shape your future. When I started preparing this message, I did some research about this topic of the past shaping the future. There are a lot of different opinions related to the topic, but I found the focus to be on how, if there was something traumatic about one's life in the past, it acted as a barrier for the individual to move forward. Maybe it's better if I'm over here. Does that sound a little better? We have probably all heard sayings like, "You will never live your life if you don't know your past. Your future will be lost. Unless one knows your past, you're doomed to repeat it. You are a product of your past experiences." The past, what does it mean? How much weight should we place on the past? Is it important? Or is it something that should not be considered? Because it cannot be changed. Even the Bible comments on the past. In Isaiah 43, verse 18, it says, "Forget former things. Do not dwell on the past." Well, what can we learn from our past? Firstly, looking back, we would know what worked and what didn't work. We would be able to see the outcomes of our decisions. It would be like watching your life in a video replay. Hey, when things were going really well, I did a lot of this, and I didn't do too much of that. And when things were not going that well, you'd probably see that you were doing a little bit more of this and not as much of the good things that you did previously. Quite frankly, I want to take the position that the past is important. However, you cannot let it rule your present and affect your future. We all have many good things from our past. We all have a certain number of treasured memories that we will never forget. God wants us to keep all of these good memories fully intact. There is no harm in going back down memory lane. From time to time, with many of the good things that happened and have occurred in our past. But too often, people's futures are sabotaged by a past that they cannot or won't let go of. The science of the past and its effects on the future has been studied in depth. There are some strong links to suggest that if you had a very hurtful, painful, or difficult past, it certainly does affect your present and definitely your future. Traumatic events such as abuse, loss of a loved one, divorce, these are all events that can hinder your ability in the future. And I believe this. Studies show that the unconscious mind stores all memories, telling you what to expect and how to behave and react to the world. If you had an unfortunate past, every emotional response to painful experiences is stored within you. These emotions and memories are stored in your unconscious to act as protectors. Healing the past dissolves its control over your life today. Therapists claim that the key to stopping the impact of the past experience is to access them and resolve them directly in the unconscious mind. As said before, your unconscious is a memory keeper and uses these memories to form your core beliefs. You are the sum of your past experiences. You will live the conclusions you formed about your life experiences. Investigating and reflecting on each experience you have had and are having can be done by using the resources you have available to you. Prayer, meditation, family, friends, teachers, guidance counselors, or anyone you know very well or trust. This allows you to clearly identify the positive and negative experiences from which you can define a plan for your future based on what you want for yourself and what you do not. By the way, how many of you have meditated before? Do I see any hands out there? Yes, there are some who have meditated before. Okay, great. My wife and I were on a health retreat weekend years ago. That was when I was personally introduced to meditation for the first time. They offered classes and we took some. It is a fantastic tool to clear your mind and attain complete clarity. After my meditation, my mind became so clear and I was so sure of my thoughts that I proposed to my wife that very evening. It's true. Most of the events of your life have been shaped by your thoughts, attitudes, and expectations. In order to change your life, these